Hi, I'm John and welcome back to my Lair of Action Figures, where I'll be talking and reviewing action figures from different manufacturers. Today's going to be a bit of a different video. It's going to be let's talk about Hasbro Pulse and the disaster and the fan stream that was cancelled and some figures changed, plus some other stuff that I want to talk about. I'll be also talking about some good parts about some of the figures who were released with new pictures, and also talking about the problem with the credit card payments. I have a solution that I found out. I'm going to talk about customer service, who's pretty bad, but I'm going to be also talking about something that I learned or about an item that is being cancelled by Hasbro Pulse, who is a big problem. Now, I know it didn't hit the US yet, so I'm going to be talking about that. So let's dive into all of this. Hi, sorry, I'm John from the future. I took the DeLorean, hit the 88 miles per hour to come back in time. So President John doesn't know about that this problem also hit some people in the US. So stay tuned to the video, to the end of the video, to see what really happened, and we'll be talking about it. It's not only in Europe, it's also happening in the US. So stay tuned and watch the video to the end. And now I'm passing it back to John from the present. Let's talk about the 11th of June fan stream that did not happen. So this event was cancelled about half an hour before it went live. Now, I do find that a bit silly. It's not the first time that Hasbro has cancelled one of these fan streams. Afterwards, if you're a bit complotist person and you put your tin hat foil on, you can say, well, Hasbro has already cancelled some other previous ones, I think one or two, if my memory serves me well, and they never did it for anything else. So yeah, there's a bit of complotist going around there, but I will not pay much attention to it. My bigger problem comes from the answer that we got. So we got this post from Hasbro Pulse saying, G.I. Joe fans, we are postponing this week's Yo Joe June fan stream. Thank you to our fans and partners for your support, continued support. We share more updates when we can. So, of course, at G.I. Joe. Now, this answer for me, for a guy who had businesses, I mean, yeah, I don't know where to start with how bad this is. Now, of course, you can say, but how do I have the knowledge to question this? And did you do what's the business you have to be able to talk about it? Now, of course, I've worked in hotel business. I have diplomas, hotel school diploma also. So I'm pretty well versed with it, and I haven't been doing that. I've been doing collecting for a long time, but I've been my own boss or been boss at different companies since the age of 22 years old. Now, for me, this answer over here is an insult to the people. Now, if I remember well from the last fan stream, they just brushed over it without anything sane at all. Now, when I'm reading this, I'm sorry, this is really not normal at all as an answer. And I hope that they will address it in the next fan stream, who should be next week. And they should be coming out by saying, hey guys, we know, we're really sorry that we messed up, there was a technical problem, any kind of story that they want to put. They don't need to tell us the real reason, but show us that you have some empathy for the people out there. Now I see people putting man babies and all of this, but what people don't understand, you are a fan of a product, you are waiting for something to come out, you're going to take time out of your work day, because if it's 11 a.m., in the US, that means some people are still working and will have to take some time off their job, not only to watch the fan stream, but also to see what's going to go up on pre-order at 1 p.m. if you're lucky to have the Hasbro Pulse membership. If you don't, you will have to wait for 2 p.m. But this kind of answer is totally not acceptable, and like I said, I hope they're going to address it in the video, and like I said, present excuses, and will be pushing forward to value their customers. Because let's be honest, G.I. Joe classified series are not done for young kids. My daughter, who's not even one yet, I give her a call to play with, keeping an eye on her, not that she eats it, but this is not toys for kids. This is for grown-up people who are collectors. I don't see many kids playing around with it. Let's be honest, it's for grown-up kids like us who collect these, who are behind. So this is why you need to pay more respect to your buying customers. The people who come, take time out of their job, take time to watch your stuff, and also go and purchase the items that you're selling. So pay more respect to them, because you are going to lose a lot of people. And I have been seeing a lot of Hasbro Pulse, or even talking about the G.I. Joe Classified people, are giving up because you're losing them. And like I said, I also was not only in hotel business. I was, before I started the shop, I was a collector, of course, for many, many years, since being a kid. And then I opened an action figure shop, and then I became a distributor for all the major brands of 1/6 scale figures. So, I mean, I was in the shoes of 3 different people, so I know how important it is. And collectors want to be treated fairly and not taken for fools. And this is not something that Hasbro is doing. Now, continuing with problems, let's jump into another big problem. I guess for anybody ordering from Hasbro Pulse, you will have already seen this message. We are sorry that your order cannot be placed. This probably happened due to a high order volume or temporary connection error. Please wait a few minutes and submit your order. We won't process your payment until you successfully place your order. If you have any further questions, please contact us. So this is the big problem that a lot of people, including myself, have got from Hasbro Pulse. So I do have a solution. It was given to me by someone of a forum, one of the forums that I discussed with some people, and the answer was given. Now again, not really great that you're getting info from other fans and not by the company itself. So let's dive into contact us, because this is a big disaster. So I did a print screen, removed some information that I do not wish to share, my name or some other information, so I just removed it. But what happened is on June 4th, I sent off an email to, or contacted the customer service, if we can call it customer service. So, hi Hasbro, it is nice to be a premium member, but your website is trash. And now I'm really sorry that I used the word trash, because this is not in the way I have, but this email was sent to them at 1:41. So I have been trying to pre-order Slice and Dice like crazy from 1 p.m. to 1:41. So I've been going mad for 45 minutes trying to order some damn figures from you guys. Okay, so no, that's not working. So of course it was a bit pissed. So I talk to them about the message I get. Please fix your website. That would be nice. Now, of course, customer service, as we know it, got back to us. And now the thing is, Hasbro did not get back to me on the 5th, nor the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They got back to me on the 12th, approximately 1 minute later afterwards. So, as you may see in the corner of the head, June 12, 2025, 1:42 p.m. EDT. And the message is a standard BS with the solution to how to solve the problem. So, of course, you're going to have the standard apology message. So, we apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused and appreciate you bringing this to our attention. I will be sure to share your feedback with our team. We recommend that you try placing your order again. However, before doing so, please clear your browsing history, cache, and cookies to help ensure a smoother checkout process. Now, this is blah blah bullshit. Now, what they put in here, this is the important passage. Additionally, we suggest using PayPal as a payment method for the meantime when placing an order, as it may help prevent similar issues. Now we're continuing with the BS blah blah stuff. We will be escalating your issue to our technical team for further investigations. We will send an email follow up once we have an update. Thank you for your understanding and patience. Kind regards, Hasbro Pulse. Now, this here is a whole lot of BS and bullshit. Sorry to call it like that, I have to say it. But you know your website is not working. I am not the first one, because I've shared this information with many people around the planet, and we all have the same problem, or a lot of us have the same problem. So you suggesting that we're using PayPal, yes, you know it's not working. Now, when I was sending action figures on my website, I could say, hey guys, I'm sorry, we have a technical issue, or there's something, you cannot use this method of payment today or for the future days to come. If you want to place an order, you need to choose this and this kind of way of payment so that we can process your orders. And this is something that Hasbro hasn't put. You need to say, use PayPal because our website is crap and not working. So this is something that they do not do. Now, of course, when I got the answer, then I sent an email back regarding the answer. And this time customer service got back to me a bit faster than what happened over there. So what I put to Hasbro, I said, "Dear Hasbro, thanks a lot for your answer. I did get help from a group. I am on Facebook, and by the looks of it, I am not the only one with this problem, and this has clearly been escalated." So the thing is, like I said before, you should not be getting a trick how to order on a website from Hasbro Pulse by some other fans. You should be getting this info from Hasbro Pulse. So I'm using PayPal, and on the 12th of June, if you try to update your PayPal to credit card, it would not work, it would crash. Now, I'm talking about that I did clear out my browsing history, cache, cookies, and all the rest, and it's still not working. It got even worse. I did a video of what bug it was happening. So if you go to my shorts, you will see that I did a video. It should, every time you try to place an order, it should empties your cart and not working. And I also send them a copy of my credit card statements, and I have about 100 $0 who have been charged to my credit card, because every time I'm trying to pass the order, the credit card is getting a request from Hasbro, but like Hasbro's website is down, it's not working. Now, I have another issue with the customer service. Now, I got an email saying, hey, we're going to be soon processing your Dr. Mindbender and what's the other name, Rock and Roll. So they sent me an email saying that we're going to be processing those figures. After that, I didn't get any information. Now, on the 4th of June, I want to go and check out my credit card statement and call them to see if there was any problem. So when I went to check my credit card, I saw on the 29th of May, Hasbro charged me 106, let's call it 107 Canadian dollars for something, and I did not know what it was. So I had to go digging into my account and going through the history, and that's when I noticed that those figures finally shipped out what was going to come. Now, you can imagine this is something of pretty horrible to learn, that you got some figures going out, but you did not get an email of confirmation that your credit card was charged and that you shipped out the items, no tracking number. So I let you imagine, you don't know anything, you should go by your days, the packet arrives, nobody's aware that they need to pick it up, and you should come back, somebody stole your packet, you have no clue that the order was there. So this is another bug with their website, we're not getting emails. So I guess I'm not the only one. If you have any stories to say, please add them in the comment section so that we can group this and build up, not going to say a case, but that we can finally share our experience and try to find a way around it. So yeah, this is another big problem. Now, I've seen that they fixed it. I think it was on the 13th or on the 14th I was able to change the payment method. I will be talking about it, how to do it after I finish with this. And I also got the email regarding that I'm going to be soon charged for dial tone. Finally, he's coming in. Cannot wait. And some other goods that I think it's heavy duty who's being processed. So yeah, this is something that is going to be very interesting to see how the things go on. But yeah, it's a big mess. Now, like I said, I wanted to go into the way for you to play. So if you go to Hasbro Pulse website, when you come to finalizing your order, you will enter your email address over here. Over here, your address, you have your different shipping costs. It's a simulation. As you can see, I do have the Hasbro Pulse Premium member, because if you want the stuff, you better have it. It's $50 well paid, because you get all the time free shipping. So when you come to this part, when you filled up this part, click on PayPal to get the order process. So you will have a window going to open here, and you're going to be giving all the information to PayPal. They should confirm the stuff. Then you're going to go on to the regular checkout. Then you check out. Then you should get the confirmation they received your order, and you get an email to saying that the order is being processed. So after you've done all of this, you need to go to your account. So in your account, you will go to the order in question, and you will scroll down, and you will see that you have that the order is confirmed, and you have the possibility over here to modify the shipping address and the payment method. So you should come to change this payment method, and you put your credit card information. You need to wait a little while after you confirm, because it does take the Hasbro Pulse website a little while to take care of it and to update the information. So be patient, you can get it. So I have solved the problem, or thanks to the people on the forum, on the Facebook page that helped me solve the problem of using PayPal. Now let's dive into some more controversial, it's not really controversial, what happened to the police officer. Now let's talk about the Legacy collection. We got the fireman, now we're getting the policeman. Now he should have been released also on the 11th of June. Most of these pictures have already been leaked, and you can see them going around. On the 11th of June, we didn't get this guy out. Now, of course, this is some pictures of the packaging, because everything was ready to go and ready to ship, if we can say like this. I'm going to say really ready to ship, because that's not exact. But everything was ready. The pictures, I've already given you my thoughts about this figure in the video that I did on the 4th of June. So go and check that one out. So I'm going to zap through some of the pictures that were released. As you can see, the figure itself looks pretty neat. There's certain issues that I have. But anyway, that figure got removed and replaced by the AW Striker. So yeah, that's another big issue. So of course, if you put your tin hat foil on and you go into conspiracy, some people are talking it's because of the Los Angeles issues. Now it is true that after the murder or the death of George Floyd, there was Lego did pull back off some of the sets of police firefighters off their website because of all the hassle. So it is possible. I do not have any inside story, but I think it must be more of a conspiracy behind it. I don't think that it's the case, because it doesn't make sense. If you could have put it up for pre-order in Europe, it would have not changed anything. We are not responsible of what's going on in the US, so that's a US problem. In the rest of Europe, I think you could still order the police stuff, firefighters from Lego. I think it was only based in North America. Anyway, so I will not pay much attention. He's going to be coming out. I mean, they must have already produced him. He must be in the container somewhere on the way, or not, to the US or to Europe. So he should be coming in pretty soon. And we might not have to wait so long after the pre-order to get him. Now, I wanted to take a look at one of the pictures that they showed of Sergeant Slaughter. So this is one of the reasons I do not like the cartoons. Now I have a collector friend in Hungary who does like the cartoon, and this is what I was talking about. I mean, if you really think about it, Sergeant Slaughter, in the episode that he was introduced, G.I. Joe gets ambushed by Cobra at their base. They get kind of run over. They put themselves in a circle, and Cobra's turning around. And I mean, you have to admit, if you think the stormtroopers from the Empire don't know how to shoot in Star Wars, while G.I. Joe and Cobra in the cartoons are even worse shots than the guys from Star Wars. Anyway, little joke put aside, Sergeant Slaughter comes in and barehanded with his triple T, destroys Cobra, kicks their asses, and this is exactly the same thing. There's about I'm exaggerating, there's about 20 people, 20 Vipers around, and Mercer's sitting there and letting Sergeant kick the asses of them. So this is something who is, I would say, pretty ridiculous, but I do like the picture. I think there's a lot of interesting items. Hey, by the way, Hasbro, I see some accessories. I would like to see them in the classified line. Now, let's jump into this vehicle over here, because this is something that we got finally the pictures, and this thing looks amazing. So the suggest retail price is $99.99, who's exactly the same price as the Vamp or the Cobra Stinger. So of course I wanted to go on to some of the details of the cockpit. Now, this is something that was not shown, and I think it's really cool to see how much detail, the radio connection, the both sides. Now, there's something that I didn't see before that I find ridiculous. It's this hat he has over here, or this part of a hat. As you can see, there's some decalcs over here also that we didn't really see. That looks pretty good also. So let's have a look at some more pictures. So of course, here we have him looking pretty sharp around the vehicle, sticking out. I do love the fact that we're getting ammo crates, toolkits. We'll dive into the picture that they have with the toolkits, but we get a lot of weapons. I mean, the 50 cal is nothing new. We have, of course, the rocket launchers, ATM-4. And over here, you can see you can remove the seat. So if you do not want to have the seat and you want to really have it look like the AWE Striker from 1985, you can do it. So that's pretty good, and like I said, I'm really looking forward for this vehicle. Now, something that they were talking about was the fact that you have the radio connector. As you can see, this is really something of nice, and as you can notice, you can remove the roll cage over here, so that's also something interesting. But again, it's a Hasbro Pulse exclusive vehicle, not going to be sold separately. So if you want to buy some more and do two different kinds of vehicles, you're going to have to buy more than one of these vehicles. But afterwards, you're going to end up with an army of crankcase. But that's something that you will have to deal with. Now, like I said, when we're talking about the weaponry, you can see the rockets come out. The 50 cal was already given. We're getting an M62. The second version, so that's something of interest. If you watch the Rambo 2 movie, you know that's the one he uses at the end of the movie to fire in to all the computers. Now here is something that I really wanted to point out. Now, two things over here. Now, as you can see, there's a cap. Now, I mean, how ridiculous is this? Why not put us a full hat, then put some kind of little thing like this? It doesn't make sense. If you're driving in the desert, you're going to get sand all over the place. This is not going to protect anything at all. Now, of course, I like the fact that you can remove, have access to the engine, that you have a hook over here that was not on the original vehicle. So all of this is nice. The toolkit box open, fantastic. But where are the tools, Hasbro? Give us some tools. Maybe with the oil cans, you could give us some tools. So anyway, let's have a closer look. This is what I was saying. So there's the extra helmet here, who looks a bit similar to the one that we got with the Cobra female ATF driver, you know, with the ferret. And like I said, this is garbage, but the rest is pretty neat, pretty interesting. I must say that I cannot wait to get this vehicle in hand. It looks pretty amazing. Here's another view of the vehicle from the back. For me, this is really top notch and cannot wait to get this one. Now, I'm going to go into a little story that I heard, and it's not the first time I hear about it, but some people in Europe on a Polish group told me, and I also tried to order, and I was declined the possibility to order, is this one over here. So the Trench Viper looks like we got some orders cancelled from Hasbro Europe. So this is a bit worrying me, especially that this is a HasLab exclusive. So that means if we cannot get it, for now, I only heard that some people in Europe got their orders cancelled and were very pissed about it. So hopefully it's maybe some kind of little error, nothing much. But frankly, I find this really despicable if Hasbro is cancelling orders. Like I said, I don't know, did the guy have the money? I'm not going into it, but I don't see why. The guy has a pretty thick collection, so I mean, he has the money to buy the stuff, so I don't see why for his stuff would be cancelled. But this is a huge problem if, like I said, if it gets cancelled. I will be talking a bit more about it if I hear more info about it, but for now it only stays for Europe. So that's going to be it about the dumpster fire that Hasbro Pulse has become, and I really do hope that they're going to solve it, because this is something that is really sad, especially as a collector and loving the G.I. Joe brand. I would like things to go back to normal. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. If you like this kind of video, please leave a like, share, comment in the section. If you have any suggestions, let me know in the part of the video for it. Also, go and check out my Facebook page, my Instagram page. I have plenty of stuff over there. If you're in Europe, I have some G.I. Joe Classified, plus some 25th anniversary and all other figures. For my collector friends in North America, might be not so much interesting, because I have to ship them back to you, and shipping costs is not cheap. So go and have a look at the Facebook page. Like I said, do not forget to subscribe. It does help a lot. Like, comment in the section. That also helps a lot, the algorithm. So until then, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!